to the Mixed In Podcast. My name is Christopher Lee, and this is
William Wallowson.
And we also have
Jesus Martinez.
All right.
This is podcast number 8.
Already up to number 8?
Yeah, number 8. So
It's impressive.
yeah,
I gotta tell you.
yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun, but I'll see you guys later.
Sorry guys, I gotta go. I gotta
Yeah.
go somewhere else.
I'm only contracted for 7, so sorry.
Well, all right, guys.
Why are you in the beginning of the 8th one? That makes no sense.
Well, this particular, you guys want to stick around for this podcast because we got some new stuff going on. We're going to talk about what is fire, and we're also going to talk about what multimedia is going to stick around. You never know. And then we got some new games, and we have some new penalties and prizes on the games. Penalties this time. We're going to be eating bugs like this packet of crickets here. They're flavored, and then we also have larva worms here, and they're flavored as well. So they'll be our penalties. And then the grand winner of our games is going to win one of these. Who doesn't want one of these? These fidget spinners. Just like this one I got right here. Everybody loves playing with these things. So
Yeah.
It's true.
So that way we actually have some
incentive
to want to win.
Yep.
This
'cause
one-
If William wins,
Yeah.
I'll beat him up for him on the outside of the.
this one lights up. It has LED lights in
Yeah.
it. Who doesn't want that one?
Pretty sweet.
All
Pretty
right.
sweet.
All right. So
So-
yeah, let's get on with the podcast.
So our first topic is
Well, you've all seen it. You've all looked at it. You might have even set it. You might even started it. You might even put some out. What is fire?
So, my big question is, what is fire? I mean, I know what,
You can't touch
I know
it.
what things
I mean,
are.
you can.
I know what I am.
You can't feel it.
You can touch it, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
feel too good. I gotta tell you.
I'm actually a solid object. I'm here right now. But fire never actually is
It is
there.
not.
I mean, you see it.
Mhm.
You see it, but it's not actually there.
I
If
just
you,
looked that up too. What
It
did
goes
it say?
away. Yeah.
if you go back to the whole elements, it's not a solid, it's not a liquid, and it definitely is not a gas.
Right.
So what is fire?
I was looking at that. I gotta find it again.
I don't know. I mean, I think fire might kind of be a
Gas,
maybe. I know. I've heard of it been called a liquid too, actually. But yeah,
I mean,
we
if
were prepared, but
I've seen I've seen movies to where you see fire kind of look like it's dripping, but that's just from the liquid actually just dripping.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually the liquid dripping from it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, fire is its own. It just feels like it has a life of its own.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a kid, you're like, what? I mean, you look at that and it's like, what is that?
Exactly.
And so we're gonna try.
A flame, from Latin flamma,
Flamma.
is the visible gaseous part of a fire. It is caused by a high exothermatic reaction taking place in a thin zone. Very hot flames are hot enough to the ionized gases combustion of what is that?
I got this. I got this.
Density to be considered plasma, whatever. I read in here too, like I remember seeing somewhere where flames of a fire is actually thermal reaction to something actually burning. So like wood itself, it gets so hot that it releases energy in the form of fire.
Right.
From when you see it.
According to this, when I typed in what is fire, it says fire is the visible effect of the process of combustion, a special type of chemical reaction. It occurs between oxygen in the air and some sort of fuel. The products from the chemical reaction are completely different from the starting material. The fuel must be heated to its ignition temperature for combustion to occur. The reaction will keep going as long as there's enough heat, fuel, and oxygen. This is known as the fire triangle. So when one of those things goes out, then the fire goes away.
Yeah.
So
what happens then if you have no oxygen? So you got the heat and the thermal and all of the the molecules inside the piece of wood are all bouncing around, and it's hot. It's like molten lava. It's hot and hot, but it's not.
Well,
there's no oxygen for the flames to occur.
Right.
So it just won't happen.
There will be heat.
Yeah.
And there'll be the melting.
Yeah.
But the actual flame part of fire, that's what we're talking about, is the fire.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
There's no oxygen,
It's
so
no
the
oxygen.
triangle is missing one of its things.
So I'm guessing that's even hotter than if there was a flame. Because with the flame, that's releasing energy.
Right, it
it's
might
releasing
be.
the energy, so it's so without that release of the energy, it would be even hotter.
It depends on what you're like. I'm when you were describing your scenario, I was imagining somebody trying to weld somehow on the space station outside of the ship. So it's like, how do you do that? So I would imagine that they're probably bringing their own oxyacetylene torch.
Acetylene torch,
So-
yeah.
But if you don't have the oxygen, you're not going. It won't burn. You can't weld. But maybe you could do the arc welding where it's electric. So
It's electric, yeah.
so that's when they're welding something, and there's the heat and all that. But if it was on Earth, you could something could catch on fire and there would be the flame. But in space, no flame. But you could still get the heat and melt things and stuff like that. But no flame.
No flame.
You have to have the three things.
Yeah.
You have to have the fuel, you have to have the oxygen, and you have to have the heat source.
The heat source.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
So-
and I know that we can get fire with different colors. So the different reactions or the different chemicals could create like blue flame.
Yeah,
and
blue flame.
I have some tiki torches out there that I used to put something in it that would give me a blue flame and a green flame.
Yeah.
Really cool. So as a
I-
kid, I mean, I was what is fire?
I also heard that as far as the color of the flame, it also, I think, what I heard was that the color of the flame, it
Has something to do with the
has something to
heat.
do how hot it is.
Yes,
Yeah, like
yeah.
it could be hotter. The
Like a-
bluer the flame or the greener the flame, the hotter it is, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I heard that too. But mostly I think that would be like blue. But I think otherwise it's the chemical that's involved that would change the color.
Yeah.
You guys ever play with fire as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
I tried to start fires with like burning ants with magnifying glasses and things like that.
I've never done the ants in the magnifying glass.
I haven't either.
No.
But I did used to like have a little lighter and I would, play with twigs and stuff like that. So
Yeah. There's a couple of times where I probably should have burnt the shit out of myself. I remember playing out in my garage, my dad's garage one day, and I had a dresser that we had for like years and whatnot, and it was just out there in the garage for whatever reason. And my friend and I were out there with some WD-40 and a lighter, and we were playing around and spraying the top of the dresser and lighting it on fire, and then spraying it some more and seeing the flames go, and at the top of it's all flamey and crap. Really cool looking.
You do know WD-40 is just water based, right?
I don't know what it was. Was it WD-40? It might
It
have been
burns.
something. It might have been something that was flammable.
It doesn't burn as well as if you were to use like
Paint.
paint
Yeah.
or it's some kind of like hairspray.
Whatever it was, we were burning. It was burning. All right. It was on fire. The top of my dresser was on fire. It was cool. And when we put it out, there were no burn marks. Nothing. It was like we never even did it. And that was really cool. Then another time, we actually tried making a torch. You know, those torches you see in movies where they're going down a crypt and they have a torch.
Yeah.
So we tried making one. And then,
How'd you do it?
Well, we just took a stick and some of my dad's old cloths in the garage. He used to clean up messes
Yep.
and crap.
And would you soak it in?
Wrapped it around.
Anything?
WD-40.
Oh, that would
I don't know.
It would work for a while.
Whatever we had that was flammable. It might have been like charcoal fluid or some crap like that.
Oh, that'd be a good one too.
And but we lit it and we went out in our backyard area, big field, and we lit it and we were just walking around with it. And it's actually very uncomfortable. For one thing, there's a lot of heat coming down on your hand.
Yeah, did it drip and stuff?
Yeah,
Like-
it was
Oh,
dripping,
yeah.
and the cloth didn't stay on very long. I'm guessing we probably should have soaked it in something like water, and then
I wonder
put the
what
stuff
they were
around it.
using when they're going through the caves.
Yeah, there's got to be some method.
Maybe they're using just lamp oil, something normal.
Something,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And they probably douse it in water beforehand, and so it's just a coating on top of it that's actually
Yeah.
lit. But anyways, we had fun with that, and we went to go put it out. We put it on the ground, so I started jumping on it to put it out, and
Wouldn't
the
go
flames went up my legs. Oh. And I felt the heat, and I stopped immediately. Then I was like, okay, I'm not on fire. I'm not burning. That's good. So we did the smart thing and threw dirt on it to get it out. And
Good for
yeah.
you.